of their matches, and the league's best team is where we will begin our 22nd season summaries. New York was 34-6 with a plus 83 map differential in the season. They came into the Overwatch League as mostly LW Blue, who never really achieved glory over in Apex in Korea, with Jonak, a player they just scouted off the ladder, guy who'd never really ever been on stage, let alone played in a professional team, and yet they became the most dominant team in the world of Overwatch.
The Los Angeles Valiant finished in second place with a 27-13 record. Considering where this team was back in Stage 2, that's actually incredible. They were 4-6 in Stage 2. They looked like a team that was going to go down into the dumpsters. They made a ton of changes and they turned it around. Stage 3 was quite good, but they peaked here in Stage 4. And going into the playoffs, they have a realistic shot of winning the entire Overwatch League.
The Boston Uprising went 26-14, which was good for third place. They became our first team ever to have an undefeated stage in Stage 3, going a perfect 10-0. And this is a team that I think has flagged, obviously, since the departure of their coach, Krusty, and probably will lose in the playoffs to the Philadelphia Fusion. So it's been a wild ride for Boston fans, and it's about to end.
Righto, the fourth place Los Angeles Gladiators finished at 25-15. Coming to the Overwatch League, no one knew what to expect from this team. A weird mix of Finnish players, Kangana roster, iRemix obviously playing tank, and they didn't start very strong, but the addition of Fisher turned this team into a true powerhouse. The Los Angeles Gladiators now looking very, very good going to the playoffs. Hopefully another battle for LA.
The London Spitfire had a losing record in Stage 4, but still finished 24-16 with a plus 33 map differential. London was just one of the weirdest teams all season long. You look at this roster top to bottom, they have so much talent. Your Stage 1 champions didn't really put it together in any of the other stages. They barely squeaked their way into the playoffs, but this is a team that nobody is going to want to see.
The Philadelphia Fusion were the only team to miss the preseason, and they ended with a 24-16 record.
Still the greatest.
They're still the greatest, I guess. But coming in, this was a team that we knew had a lot of individual talent. The question was, were they going to gel, and how long would they take? Now, they hit some really nice highs at some of the stage playoffs, but at the end here, they're really riding on Carpe. Can he carry them deep in the playoffs? Past Boston.
The first team out of the playoffs was the Houston Outlaws at 22-18. All-star, all-American roster put together here, of course, by Flame, who was an ex-player himself. A lot of players that have represented the US in the World Cup before. We knew the synergy would be there, but they walked into a meta that really didn't favor them that much, and they struggled to make ends meet without a real strong tracer player.
The Seoul Dynasty were preseason favorites to win it all, but finished in 8th place at 22-18. Look, even though the Shanghai Dragons go 0-40, I think you can make a strong argument that Seoul Dynasty was the most disappointing team all year long with how good they were in Apex. They looked good in the preseason and just could not put it together over the course of the year. I think you look at this team, maybe next year they bounce back with some extra talent and they're there in the playoffs.
And now the San Francisco Shock went just 17-23, but 11 of those wins came in stages 3 and 4. And the big reason why, their young talent turned 18. They added Architect. They took Krusty from the Boston Uprising, put him in the head coach position. And this is a team that's on the rise. Their players love playing the game. They're not tired. They're focused on the league. Season 2 is going to be big for them.
The Dallas Fuel struggled most of the season, finishing 12-28, but they did make the Stage 4 playoffs. They came in as the kings of the West, the greatest Western team in Overwatch, envious with Seagull, Taimu, Effect, all the greats, but they struggled. Their synergy wasn't there, and it was a brave new world of the Overwatch League. Looking forward, though, towards next season, they're looking much better. They hit their stride here in Stage 4, and things are looking bright.
The Florida Mayhem won just 7 matches after playing half of the season with the league's smallest roster. And coming in, this is a team that had just barreled through EU contenders. They ended up losing in the finals there to Gigante, but everybody had high hopes for this Mayhem roster coming into the season, and they just did not deliver. They added some pieces halfway through with Zappa's awesome guy and Saya player. It didn't make much of a difference. Expecting a whole new Mayhem next year.
So, this is my third take on the Shanghai Dragons, and everything I have said previously
Please just be nice this time.
Deemed unacceptable.
Trying to get to the cafeteria, dog.
So
we're running late.
It was not a good season.
They were 0-40.
They played badly. They didn't win.
0-40, not ideal.
There's not a lot of good things to say. They had some good players. Look, guys, in just a, yeah, we ran this quite a few times, okay? We had to get that one out of the way.